Of course, there can be others as well, and there are many which are extensions of these. We don't think it from a grassroots level. When at one point of time, when you start thinking of an idea, when I start thinking of creating a drone-enabled mobile phone, whether that particular innovation or technology is even feasible or not is a challenge. And how to reach and whom to reach in terms of validating that idea is one of the major challenges. Right? So that's the one of the major challenges. So validating your idea. Conceptualization is one part, but validation is something which is a major problem which is being faced by startups. Second is product development. Even if you feel that conceptually the idea is feasible and somehow you are able to validate it, how to develop the product, whom to reach out, you would require possibly a small facility in a garage or possibly in a lab somewhere to start developing the first prototype. So, but how to reach, and where to reach, right? So product development could be another challenge. Third would be possibly marketing your product. Right? So you were good in your technology and innovation. You work day and night, and somehow you were able to develop a product. But at this point of time, you have an innovative mindset, but you don't have a know-how in terms of how to market your product, how to tell the people that you have created a drone-enabled mobile phone which can fly, right? Your bandwidth to reach out to, let's say, 10, 15, 20, or 100 such people. But how to specifically market such product, whether you should apply B2B model or B2C model, what should be the right approach, what are the various challenges. So that's another problem. Fourth is business model. Whether I should sell my drone enabled mobile phone at a price of 10 rupees or 100 rupees or 1000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, no idea. And what should be the model? Whether it should be a distribution based model or whether it should be a D2C model where I can just post it on Amazon. I have no idea because I'm good in technology. I'm an innovative mindset. But I don't know what should be the business model. How to make money out of this innovation. Fifth, as someone rightly said, funding. That's another major problem, but not the only major problem. So funding is another area where you would require some form of fund to pay salaries to your employees, to provide the marketing efforts to the company, or possibly to scale up or purchase more and more raw material for developing such kind of products on a larger scale. Compliance is another, right? In terms of your legal incorporations, in terms of your financial documentation, in terms of your IPs. Again, another major problem because you don't know whom to reach out in terms of company creation. Right? You have a product and you're just ready for selling it in the market. Team, again, comprising of other co-founders in the company. Whether a person who is good in business is in your connect would be ready to join you as a co-founder in the company, whether the person shows a similar kind of confidence in your company or even for an employee, right? Whether as a person who is already working in a core tech company, let's say in Intel as a system engineer, whether he would be ready to work with you and develop such kind of drone-enabled mobile phone with you or not, because they're already working on high salaries with large brands. So again, hiring such right set of people is another challenge. And then there can be other X amount of challenges, but broadly and prominently, these 7 challenges are being faced by each and every startup founder. Now, in order to solve these problems, there has to be an ecosystem around, and we already know what an ecosystem is, right? We need to establish various stakeholders to solve each and every problem which a startup is facing so that we have a robust ecosystem and we have more and more startups in the ecosystem. Right? So, as on date, what is the exact number of startups that are existing in India? Anyone? Close to 1 type. Right? Absolutely, it's approximately 1,17,000 as on date. But yes, in 2014, roughly 10 years back, the exact existing number of startups were 347.
Oh, that's it.
Right? So the government and various stakeholders saw that there is a huge potential in the Indian market. And we know why we require entrepreneurship system and its benefits, but how to have a robust ecosystem in place, right? To have more and more startups, and that's how we reach 1 lakh and 17,000 today, and the target is to create 10 lakh startups by 2030. But how do we do that? So we started reaching out to various stakeholders. Now this innovation ecosystem involves 6 different form of stakeholders which are working day and night to support the overall ecosystem so that we have more and more, number one, number of startups, and number two, successful startups. So increasing the success rate of these startups as well as increasing the number of startups. Both is required in order to have a strong and wealthier ecosystem or GDP in the country, having more and more jobs in the country, export promotions, GDP boost, and so on and so forth. Now, we'll discuss about incubators and accelerators, which is one of the strongest ecosystem stakeholder in terms of supporting and nurturing startups. We'll discuss that in detail.